Hey, welcome to the #1 channel on YouTube to save on taxes and grow your business. I'm Karan, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get an EIN, also known as an Employer Identification Number, completely free step by step, including what an EIN is, if you even need an EIN in the first place. Spoiler alert, some businesses don't need an EIN. The benefits of having an EIN, and by the end of the video, how to get an EIN completely free and avoid scammy websites that want to charge you for absolutely nothing. So thank you in advance for giving this video a like. It helps other business owners see it. And with that said, let's get right into it. So right off the bat, what is an EIN and why is it talked about so much? Well, you can think of an EIN like a social security number for your business. Short for Employer Identification Number, an EIN number is a 9-digit number assigned specifically to your business by the IRS. In the same way we use our social security numbers to apply for things like bank accounts, loans, and credit cards, we use EIN numbers to apply for things also, but for business, like a business bank account, business loans, or a business credit card. But wait a second, because not every business needs an EIN. And here's a simple way to know if you need one. Generally, if you can answer yes to the following questions, you need an EIN. First, is your business a partnership, corporation, or nonprofit? Secondly, do you have any employees? Third, do you file any of these taxes? Employment, excise, or alcohol, tobacco, and firearms? And lastly, do you have a KEO plan? And once again, if you can say yes to any of those questions, you need an EIN. So you may be asking, what about sole proprietorships or single member LLCs who are treated as a sole proprietor by the IRS? Are they required to have an EIN? Well, according to the IRS, if you are a single member LLC that acts as a disregarded entity by the IRS, or a sole proprietor who answered no to the 4 questions we just went over, then you do not need an EIN. And you can use the name and social security number of the owner of the business for federal tax purposes. But here's an important note. To open a business bank account or credit card, or even a business loan as a single member LLC, you will need to get an EIN. All right, Karan, I need an EIN. How do I get it for free? Great question. Just follow along closely and it should take no more than 5 minutes. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Google and type in something like EIN free. Okay, once that loads, I want you to do something for me. You may have ads at the top. Make sure you skip the ads. Those are going to be sites that are going to want to charge you for nothing, okay? So make sure you're going to the actual site for the IRS. And you'll know because it says irs.gov, okay? And click on that link that says apply for an employer identification number. So now that the website has loaded, the first thing I want you to know is the hours of operation, okay? It's Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And that's important because if you go to this website, say on Saturday or Sunday or after 10 p.m. on the weekday, you won't be able to get your EIN number, okay? You'll have to wait. So note the hours of operation, and then they'll walk through the steps that you'll go through to get an EIN. So step 1, you're going to determine your eligibility. Step 2, you'll understand the online application. And then in step 3, you'll actually submit your application. So let's get started. So you're going to want to scroll down to apply online now. All right, close out of anything like that. It's going to give you some more information, but you want to click begin application. So first thing is to identify yourself, and you're going to do that by choosing your legal structure, the legal structure that is applying for an EIN. So we have some options here. So proprietor, partnerships, corporations, limited liability companies, aka LLCs, estates, and trusts. All right, and there also are a few additional types. So for demonstration purposes, let's go ahead and click limited liability company. Next, you're going to click continue. So it's just going to give you some background on the entity that you picked because they want to make sure you pick the correct one, what it is and what it is not. So if you agree, right, that you're an actual LLC, then you would click continue. Okay, so next, they're going to want you to tell them more information about the members of your LLC. And if I was a sole proprietor, this would be something different. So how many members are in the LLC? Well, if you're a single member LLC, you're going to just put one. If you are a multi-member LLC, then you're going to put how many members, right? How many owners are there of the LLC? So for this purpose, I'm only going to put one. Next, please select the state and territory where the business is physically located. Well, I'm in Georgia, right? And I'm just gonna say that the business was registered in Georgia. So wherever your business is registered and physically located, you're going to want to put it. Now, let's click continue. Now you're just gonna confirm your selection, right? You said that you're a single member LLC and you do not wish to be classified as, say, a S Corp or a corporation, right? So that's true. So let's click continue. Next, why is the LLC requesting an EIN? Why is your business requesting an EIN? Well, there's a couple of options here. We have, you started a new business, you hired employees, you want to sign up for a bank account, you change the type of organization, or you purchase an active business. Remember the questions that I asked early on to decide if you need an EIN, right? You started a business, you hired employees, you changed your type of organization, or another bank purpose. Well, this is exactly that. So what is your reason for requesting an EIN? Well, for me, it's because I started a new business. Let's click continue. So now the IRS wants you to tell them about the responsible party for that LLC, okay? So go ahead and put in your first name, your middle name if you have one, your last name, any suffix, and then your social security number or ITIN. Then it's going to ask you to choose who you are, right? Are you an owner or member of this LLC? Or are you a third party applying for an EIN on behalf of an LLC? So I'm an owner, so I'm going to click that and then go to continue. Okay, so now you're going to want to put in information about where the LLC or your business is physically located. So let's just go ahead and put in some information here. So after you put in the street, the city, the state, the zip code, and the phone number, it's going to ask you if the address above is different where you want mail to be sent. So you're going to hit yes or no. One thing to note on the address, it must be a US address, right? You cannot use a PO box for this. Just a quick note. Click continue. All right. So now it's time to input information about your specific business. First up, the name. Here you can have a trade name or DBA name if you have one. The county it's located in, the state where your articles of organization are filed or will be filed, when that business was started. So once you have all of that information, go ahead and click continue. Then we're going to need a bit more information. Does your business own a highway motor vehicle with a taxable gross weight of 55,000 pounds or more? No. Does your business involve gambling or wagering? No. Does your business need to file Form 720, which is a quarterly federal excess tax return? No. Does your business sell or manufacture alcohol, tobacco, or firearms? Not in this case. And lastly, do you have or do you expect to have any employees who will receive Forms W-2 in the next 12 months? And note that Forms W-2 require additional filings with the IRS. I'm going to click no and click continue. What does your business or organization do? How do you categorize your business? Well, is it an accommodations business, a construction business, a finance business, a food service business? You get it, okay? So my particular business for this example is going to be other, okay? Let's click continue. And now it's going to ask you what type of other, right? Is it consulting, manufacturing, organization, rentals, repairs, sales of goods, services, or other? Well, I'm going to choose consulting. Click continue. And it's going to say, because I've chosen consulting, do you provide operating advice and assistance to businesses and other organizations? I'm going to click yes. And in this, I'm going to put accounting and tax consulting. All right. I'm going to click continue. And there you have it. It's going to ask you, how would you like to receive your EIN confirmation letter? You can receive it online. And if you do receive it online, you will get that EIN instantly, or you can receive it by mail. And by mail, it's going to take up to 4 weeks for delivery, but I've seen it take up to 6 weeks. So if you want your EIN right now, immediately, then receive it online. So then you would just click continue, and then you would receive an EIN number immediately. Now you're done. So once completed, you should get your EIN immediately. Now, if you just want to skip the online process altogether, there are 3 ways that you can get an employer identification number for free. You can fill out Form SS4 and mail it to the IRS. You can fill out Form SS4 and fax it to the IRS. Or you can call the IRS at 1-800-829-4933. But here's the thing, if you do choose to mail in your request for an EIN, note that it might take up to 6 weeks. So applying online will be the fastest option for you. Now, I get this question a lot, and there are a few instances where you may need a new EIN after applying. And most people believe that they need a new EIN if they decide to change their business name. But that isn't the case. Here are the scenarios where a new EIN will be needed. So for sole proprietors, here are the reasons the IRS will want you to get a new EIN. You incorporate. You're subject to bankruptcy proceedings. You bring on partners or operate as a partnership. Or you purchase or inherit a business that acts as a sole proprietorship. Now, for my LLCs, here are the reasons you would need a new EIN. A new LLC with more than one member is formed, creating a multi-member LLC. Or a new LLC with one owner, aka a single member LLC, and chooses to be taxed as an S corp. Or a new LLC is formed with one owner, aka a single member LLC, and that LLC has an employment or excise tax filing requirement. And for my corporations, here are the reasons why you would need a new EIN. The corporation receives a new charter from the Secretary of State. You are a subsidiary of a corporation using a parent's EIN, or you become a subsidiary of a corporation. You change from a corporation to a sole proprietorship or a partnership, or a new corporation is created after a statutory merger. Look, I'm gonna place a few videos on the screen I think you should watch next. But before you do, go ahead and give this video a like for me. It truly helps the channel and helps other business owners see this video. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel for more information that helps you save on taxes and build your business. I'm Karan from Life Accounting, and I'll see you in the next video.